Evening will be Tunkin Ghaffar. He is the president of the Burmese Rohingya Organisation UK.
Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for your solidarity with Rohingya people today. We Rohingya community mourning about 14 days what we've been hearing from the ground. Before I talk what's happening now, I would like to give a short brief of Rohingya people history and how they've been facing persecution in Burma. So they will know, you all will know what is really happening, what is the background. You know, we Rohingya people living in Burma early 7th century AD. We come from Mughal, Pathans, Bengali, and other Arabs and others. Our population is 3.5 million. Because of continued persecution, 2 million Rohingya fled from Burma. You know, Burma got independence in 1948. After the independence, we Rohingya were recognized as an ethnic group. On that time, Rohingya language was broadcasted from Burma radio broadcasting program. On that time, my grandfather was a parliamentary secretary, but I'm not a citizen of Burma until today. When 1962 General Newin coup power, he started systematic persecution against Rohingya. First, he stripped up our ethnic rights. He has stopped Rohingya language program from Burma radio broadcasting program. And he introduced 1982 citizenship law, which deprived basic fundamental rights of Rohingya. Because of that law, 1.3 million Rohingyas are not citizens of Burma. After 1988 uprising, when military coup power again, in 1990, the military imposed restriction of movement, restriction on education, restriction on marriage, and confiscation of lands. That's what they've been doing. You know, we Rohingyas are not allowed to move from one village to another. If we want to get married, we need to get a pass. It takes 3 to 5 years. You can get the pass after you providing a big bribe. For the Rohingya students, they can't go to higher education. And Burmese military, they confiscate our lands and they kept under of military. And because of that, 1991 and 92, 275,000 Rohingya fled to Bangladesh. I hope you all are aware about Burma after 2010, where international community so-called reform came to Burma, anti-Rohingya campaign started. Everywhere in the country, hatred against Rohingya spread up by holding seminars, by holding conference, and anti-Rohingya campaign everywhere. As a result of that hatred against Rohingya in 2012, we have seen that a state organized ethnic cleansing against Rohingya. On that time, 140,000 Rohingya become IDPs in Sittwe. Thousands of Rohingya been killed. And then in 2015 election, the historic election in Burma, Rohingya were not allowed to vote and allowed to be a member of parliament. After 2015 election, Aung San Suu Kyi came to power, Rohingya situation became much worse. In 2016 October, there was attacks by the Burmese army under the pretext of, you know, some Rohingya youth militant attacks. They killed at least 2,000 Rohingyas. Thousands of Rohingya houses burned down. and they denied, Burmese government and Burmese military, they denied that nothing happened. We didn't do any crimes, and UN documented, and UN released a report in 2017, February. They found that what could amount to crime against humanity against Rohingya minority. And they established fact-finding mission last March in UN Human Rights Council, and the government is denying not to give access this fact-finding mission. And the Burmese military, government jointly, they campaign hatred against Rohingya, more restriction for aid, and they rounded up many Rohingya villages in last few weeks before these attacks happened. As some Rohingya youth become desperate, they attack the police post, and the military and government taking as a collective punishment. They are killing civilians, they are burning down Rohingya villages, they are slaughtering Rohingya men, women, and children. My dear friends, I want to point out here, because Burmese government, what they are playing a dirty tactics now is a kind of terrorist issue, or the other way, to divert what we are facing is genocide. They want to change the narrative. You know what? The attacks happen, these are desperate youth groups, they attack the police post, but they can't take collective punishment. International Crisis Group, UN High Commissioner from Geneva, they mentioned in their statement that it was predicted, it could be prevented. Burmese military and government, they let it happen, you know, and they, by under the pretext of this, they can wipe out the whole Rohingya population. Since 25th October, we are receiving horrific stories from our friends, our relatives from Arkan state. They are slaughtering our mothers, our sisters, and even 3 years children and 5 years children in front of them. Many children been thrown to the fire, and many elderly men, they burned alive. We received the information from the ground, at least 5,000 Rohingya been killed by Burmese army. It's very hard to get correct information. Some sources are saying that it might be more than 10,000. There are about 150 IDPs since 25th August, and about 300,000 Rohingya fled to Bangladesh. 30,000 Rohingya people trapped in a mountain about 14 days now in Ratedown Township and Butidown Township. There is no food, no shelter, no medicine for them. We are receiving the information. Many children and elderly men and women are dying day by day. We've been calling for international community to protect Rohingya people. We are advocating to the governments and other international level, other government officials. We have not seen so far a stronger statement until today. What we are facing today is completely what we are facing is a genocide. According to legal experts, in the past already there were many reports what Rohingyas are facing genocide. What we are facing today is last stage of genocide, where mass killings taking place, Burmese military killings, you know, the Burmese military killing Rohingya men, women, and children, you know, village by village, and what's happening is seriously worsening, and the most horrific history the most horrific situation in our Rohingya history we are facing. So what we would like to urge international community here, we are helpless people. We don't have friends inside Burma. Burmese government policy is to wipe out the whole Rohingya population. It's a systematic plan. We have 3.5 million already. Bangladesh government expelled 2.5 million now. Another 1 million almost left. So if international community, they don't take action, Rohingya will not be in Burma. And I believe that there will be situation much, much worse if international community will not take any action. So we need urgent UN intervention to send UN peacekeeping force to protect the lives of Rohingya. Also, I would like to request my dear friends, all of you, please write to your MP. British government is training those militaries who are perpetrating crime against humanity, Rohingyas and other minorities in Burma. So we need your action to write to your MP to stop training these Burmese criminal militaries and to stop cooperation with Burmese military. You know, we've been speaking this, our horrific situation for many years. What we are facing is, this is the last stage. We have never seen this kind of horrific situation in our history, as I mentioned earlier. So my dear friends, we need your help. You all are our hope. We need your action. I really hope that you all will pray for our brothers and sisters in Arkan. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.